Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. On this hump day, I say good morning to all. As usual, I'll give everybody some time to come in, get themselves situated. Once again, everybody, good morning. I'll begin, right? I'll just start by good morning, Miss Lady. How you doing? Thank you for subscribing. Uh, I just want to go into my topic today, and it's pretty much it's named finishing. For those that haven't been following, I had 3 lives to get to this conclusion. Trust, understanding, and focus, right? Because in order to get to your new season, you have to be prepared to get to these situations. You have to be focused, you have to trust the process, and you have to understand that the combination is going to get you where you need to go. And so today I'm just going to end it by finishing. Finishing is pretty simple. It just basically means to complete. There's no need to highly elaborate on what to finish or what finishing is. So let's just recap the process, right? In order to get to in order to get to a destination, you must first know where is the destination. What's the place that you need to go? Where is it? What's the name of it? So once you get the name of the place, you have to decide, how do you get to this place? Do you take this route? Do you take that route? Do you take a detour just in case? All of those things is valuable, and it's an access, because you may need to go around and detour and things of that nature. But you must stay focused in order to get to the destination, because we pretty much know that we can miss our exit ramp. We know that we have experienced the fact that, hey, we supposed to get off the exit earlier and passed it. Oh man, I forgot. Oh, we was distracted. Oh, we was doing this or that and third. Just to get to just to come all the way back around. And shout out to Tough Love, because his content this morning was pretty much on the same level of what I'm doing as far as this series. And it's about, procrastination, stagnation, right? If you procrastinate and stagnate, right, you're not going to be able to finish your course. You're not going to be able to finish your race. You're not going to finish your goal, because procrastination and stagnation is going to lead to the total opposite of finishing, and that's incompletion. You can't gain anything by doing things that's not finished. In football, you cannot catch a pass. If you drop a pass, it's an incomplete pass, meaning it's not successful. And that's how it is in life. If you are traveling, if you are journeying, if you are preparing yourself for your next destination, or in this case, your new season coming in 2024, since the new year's coming in, if it's not complete, it's incomplete. It means it's not going to be a success, because you have missed the steps to get to your next destination. Right? If you can't skip, you can't get around a loophole. Excuse me. You can't just keep, lollygagging. You can't keep playing with this thing. I usually say write the vision and make it plain, but in this case, you have to prepare yourself in your simplest form. Meaning, if you know you want to get to a new home, you must draw out a map in order to purchase said new home. If you're trying to get a new car, you must map out said way to get to your new car. You can't just jump out. Well, you can jump out there, but it'll cause you to do more work because you didn't prepare for it. Maybe you can get to the finish line with that. Maybe you could finish the result, but it's just something about preparation that makes completion well worth it. It's just something about preparation that allows you to say, you know what, I could foresee some things coming in the way, and I could prepare for that fork in the road so I can go around it. That's what preparation does when you're trying to finish your goal, when you're trying to finish your race. Because if you don't do that, you're going to always hit a bump. It might be a detour on your way. And then you just start rambling and you start scrambling and you start doing things that you're not prepared for. So preparation, good morning, Tough Love. Preparation is always the key to finishing what you started, right? And no, you don't have to wait to the last second. That's what Tough Love was saying. Procrastination is not a key, it's not a strength. It's actually a weakness. And I totally agree. Because if you do things last second, you're gonna be, like I just said, you're gonna scramble. You're gonna do things that helter-skelterish, and nobody wants to be helter-skelterish. So you have to do things with preparation. And that's always going to be a key in life. Like I said, if you want to get married, you prepare yourself by what is my likes, what is my dislikes, what do I want in a mate, what will I accept in a mate, things of that nature. You have to prepare for it, because if you don't prepare for it, you'll fall for anything. And just falling for anything, Willis, good morning. Falling for anything is not a success, because you can fall on a rabbit hole. You might can land on something nice, but it may not be a successful fall. You understand? But preparation is always going to be the key to finishing, because, like I said, if you understand what you're getting yourself into, you will be better suited and better fitted for the result. And so a lot of us need to take the time to prepare for finishing. And for those of you that are just coming in, I would suggest that you follow you know, the series that I started from Focus, Understanding, and Trust, because this is the final episode to get to your new season. I believe because you because you prepared yourself in those forms and fashion, you will be able to get to your result in your new season. You got to plant the seed, right? You got to find the fertile ground to plant your seed in. You got to find you a nice lit place so that seed can get the light that it needs to grow. And it has to be fertile enough that it can absorb the water and allow it to be rooted. And this is what I'm talking about getting to your new season. This is the finishing product that I'm trying to get everybody to see. If we do the things correctly, we can get to the finished product. We can see the whatever season we get ready to get into, it'll start blooming, even in the cold, even in the dark days, even in the stormy days. We gonna see that a result is coming, and it may not come as fast as we want, but stick to the process. Believe that your process is going in the way that it has to. Y'all know what I always say: the race is never given to the swift nor the strong, but those who endure. And this is going to be one of those times to endure, because in this season, the season of death, which is winter, you still can see growth in this season. It may not be the growth that everybody else is expecting, but it's growth for you. And let's just take a moment to focus on ourselves for a change. All year long, we probably reached out, help this person, help that person, help the community, help a whole bunch of people. But we forgot about the person that matters the most, ourselves. So now we have to focus we have to refuel. We have to we have to gather ourselves and prepare for our new season. Because just because this season is ending, who's to say that the next season is going to be the same? It can't be the same. That's why we go through different seasons. But in order to get to these seasons, the season before must finish. The season's past has to end. And so by it ending, we must prepare ourselves for the next season. If we don't prepare ourselves for the next season, we can be growing weeds instead of blossoming flowers. We could be growing rotten apples instead of a beautiful apple tree. It all depends on how we plan, how we cement our preparation to get to the finished product. It's going to take time. And since we have some time, we might as well focus on ourselves. We can't help everybody and not help ourselves. You can't pour into people without refueling yourself. So it's time for you to get yourself ready for your new season. Take this time. Okay, we got, what is it? Today's the 13th. We got about 3 weeks, right? Take this time to gather yourself. Take this time to prepare yourself for what's ahead of you. Whatever your season is. I know on somebody's live, I was in there, I was, telling people what their seasons may be. I was quote unquote prophesying. But everybody has a goal. Everybody has a season that's for them, and it's ahead of you. But if you prepare yourself for whatever season you think you're going to have, it'll slowly but surely help you get to your destination. But you have to take the time for yourself to gather yourself, get yourself together. So for, I'm pretty sure Tough Love, he said he was, he's going to fall back a little bit because he needed to gather himself. you know, and it's understandable because you can't keep giving without giving everything. Because if you give everything, what's left for you? How can you help somebody when you have nothing left for you? That's why you got to prepare. That's why, you know, it's just time for us to take our time and map out what is for us ahead of us. It may, you know, for some people, it may sound crazy. For some people, you know, it may take too long because we live in the microwave era, the microwave world. I need it done now. I need it done right now. And that's why, you know, not to fall off track, but, you know, that's why people are falling away from their religions or their ways of life because their results is not meeting their actions. It's not fast enough for them. But the key to finishing is your patience. The key to finishing is your pace. You must pace yourself and you must be patient enough to pace yourself. There's a lot of P's there, I get it. But without those P's, you ain't going to be able to finish. Because if you running down, if you racing and you cramp up, you going to quit. And y'all already know, winners don't quit and quitters don't win. But we're trying to win. We're trying to win, get to our new season. We're trying to get to that destination. So we must pace ourselves. If that means falling back from YouTube for a little bit, so be it. If that means, you know, staying out the way, you know, outside of YouTube, that's what it means. If it means, you know, not being on hiatus, but just disappearing for a little bit, then do just that. Prepare yourself. Uncle L, good morning. Prepare yourself to get to where you need to get to. 2024 is fastly approaching, right? Now, we know this year has taken away a lot of people. A lot of people have been lost. Some in real life, some in the YouTube streets, some all over. But here's the deal. Are they happy with how they conducted themselves? Are they satisfied with the finished product that they left behind? But we have been blessed with grace. We have been blessed with grace because we can change it. We can map it out and start anew where other people can't. That's why sometimes it's just good to say, you know what? Thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning. Because at the end of the day, there's someone that ain't going to be able to talk with their human voice. And it's not selfish. I'd rather do it this way than just going up to the pearly gates and just shouting holy, holy, holy. Right? We are all here to add to somebody. We can all be a plus and not a minus. We can add and not subtract. We don't want to divide. We would rather multiply. Right? But we have to prepare ourselves to do that. We have to find our way to get to this conclusion. How do we do that? With preparation. But now we're getting close to the finish line. Can you see do you see the checker flag? Can you see it? Yeah. Is it allowing you to gain strength to get to your destination? It's right here. But we got here because of what we did before. Lonnie, good morning. We got here because of that reason, because we prepared ourselves. And shout out to people that started early. And for those that did start early, doesn't it feel better that you're not scrambling to get to where you are today? Right? Because if you didn't start early, you would be going crazy. You'd be doing things that you wouldn't want to do. You'd be trying to juggle this, that, and the third. But because you started early, you mapped out the way to the finish line. It just feels different. And that's why I said, procrastination and stagnation will lead to incompletion. But we are here to try to get to the finish line. We are here to complete the race. Let's get through 2023 with a finish, with the checkered flag in our hand. Let's get through this 2023 season knowing that, hey, we crossed that line, the finish line. So now we can be ready for whatever season is ahead of us. Some people may call it a New Year's resolution. I'm just saying your new season. There's going to be people that's ready to give up soon as a dark cloud comes in the way. No, if we prepare for it, we should understand that there's going to be some rainy days. There's going to be a snowy day. There's going to be a windy day. Let's find a way to get through that day. Okay, if it's going to snow, okay, well, let's make sure we get enough light in so when it do get cloudy, that there's the absorption of energy that we need to get to the new season is replenished for that cloudy day. We have to prepare ourselves for those things. Rainy day funds, right? We are so strapped with situations that we can't even hold money for a rainy day because we are so into the now. We can't worry, like some of us can't worry about a rainy day. We can't worry about it because we need to fix this now. But we should be prepared for things like that because we know eventually that a rainy day is going to come. But that all goes to preparation. Now be patient with me because we're going to get to that finish line. Because as long as we prepare for it, the finish line is going to be exactly where it needs to be. The finish line ain't going to move. No one can move the goalpost because it's your finish line. Because it's your result that you're going to get. Can't nobody do it for you but you. Can't nobody love you better than you should love yourself. They can add, they may try to take it from you, but you should have enough love for yourself to be able to do what you need to do in that department. And that's how it is in your life. Can't nobody take nothing from you unless you give it to them. The enemy can't get power from you unless you give it to them. You won't finish the race unless you give up. But preparation is always going to be the key. Always going to be the key. And if we, like I said, if we continue to prolong it, procrastinate, there's nothing good out of that. You're going to have incompletions all over the place. It's just like how could you cook spaghetti without water? How could you boil spaghetti without water? Right? You need all the ingredients must be needed. And that's how it is in life. You must prepare yourself with all the ingredients you think you're going to need to get to the finished product that you're going for, to get to the new season that you're going for. You need all of those ingredients to get to where you need to go. Thank you, Lonnie. Have a good day. Continue to be a blessing. Right? So if you do the things that you need to do, everything, Ronald, good morning. If you prepare yourself to do what you need to do, there's no hindrance. There's no blockage. I mean, there's no stopping you. The song says, ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Right? If you're on the move, who's there's going to stand in the way of a moving locomotive? We can barricade things because we're on the flow to get into our new season. Ain't no semi truck gonna stop it. We're gonna run through it. Ain't no wall gonna stop us. We running through it. Because at the end of the day, we are trying to get to the destination. We are trying to get to the new season. We are trying to finish what we started. And like I said, through preparation, through focus, through understanding, and through trust, we are going to get to where we need to get to in 2024. Now, here's the question for everybody else, though. What are you going to let stop you from getting to your destination? What are you going to let stop you from getting to your finish line? Who must be from Philly, Miss Lady? Yeah, we can't allow nothing to stop us from getting to where we need to go. If we're going where we need to go, we want smooth sailings, we do. But we know there's gonna be a hiccup. We know, I'm down south. So we know at certain times of the day, there may be a deer crossing the road. There may be what do you call those little things? I've seen an armadillo, but that ain't what I'm talking about. What do you call it? A possum. There may be a possum going across the road. Now you're gonna do your best not to run it over. But at the end of the day, if your speed is going the way it's going, you may hit it. And I'm not condoning the run over animals. I'm not condoning that. The point is, when you're flowing the way that you're flowing to get to your destination, things are going to occur that's going to be to a dismay to a lot of people. But your goal will always be the same, to get to where you need to go, to get to the new season in 2024. You started early, but you're flowing right now. Since you're flowing, you're pacing yourself. Some of us got cruise control in our car. I don't know if people like to use it, but I do like to use mine. Why? Because it's fuel efficient for me. What do you mean fuel efficient? That means I can save gas. I can save energy by not stepping on the gas at all times. I don't have to have my foot on the gas. How does that help you? It helps you because you can be able to give yourself a pace and not lose nothing, not lose as much as you would with your foot on the gas. I hope everybody's understanding what I'm saying. In other words, you can give. But if you flowing, you're not giving more than you usually would. You still got fuel in the tank. And then when you get to the destination to refuel, you cut the car off, you regas, and you go through the same process all over again. That's what 2024 should be like for each and every one of us. We got to learn how to use cruise control. But the first thing we got to do, we got to get to that point in the first place. Let's get there first. Let's understand the purpose of doing this. And some of us, we take long journeys, right? Some of us, like when I drive from Georgia to New York, that's a drive. And if anybody knows about that drive, y'all know you trying to save on that gas. You ain't trying to burn all of it at one time. You may need to refuel a couple of times, but for the most part, you're going to get yourself a good 4 or 5 hours of straight driving with cruise control, pacing yourself, getting to where you need to get to so you don't run out of gas. Now, I'm not a Tesla dude. I can't speak on the electric thing. I can't. But I'm talking about those with fuel efficiency gas. You need to refuel, right? And when you get to that spot, you can refuel and do it again, like I said. But what's stopping us? let's really get back to that point. What's stopping us today from getting to that point in life? Is it because we think we ain't got time? Is it because we think people are holding us back? Whether it's family, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. I don't, those things, what is holding us back? But the real deal is, if it's about you, people should be working with you and not against you. People should be making your crooked road straight, or they should be helping you turn your crooked road straight. But if they're not, as Tough Love said earlier, people, as you grow, people gonna stagnate and they're gonna get left behind. And that's a normal thing. It's not that you cursing them, it's not that you don't love them. You just outgrow people sometimes. Because people people that are grown ain't trying to grow. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. Just think about it. People that are grown do not like to grow. And if they're grown and you're growing, that doesn't mesh well for you and that person. So you're going to have to separate yourself. It doesn't mean you don't love them. It doesn't mean you don't want the best for them. It doesn't mean nothing but just what it is. I can't grow with you because you're done growing. That's why in real life, I don't care how old your kids get, they're always going to be your baby. And those who have parents that are still living, they're probably looking at you like you still my baby. I don't care how old you is. You can be in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. You're still my baby. I don't give two rat patooties. You're my baby. Because they're going to always see you as growing. We need to take that and add that to everyday life. We should be in the process of growing every day. That's what nature does. Nature grows. But we just be so stuck with our nature of being human that we get stuck. I'm grown. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I don't got to listen to you. I don't got to do this or that. But when you stagnate your growth, you can't get you're incomplete because you don't have all the answers. It's stopping you from getting to your finish line. It stops you from finishing your race, your season, your goal. It stops you from adding into your life because no one can tell you nothing. You one of those people that answers your own question. Well, if I put this fork in the road, I can go around it and just leave it there. But that's not what it's about. It's about you completing your destiny. It's about you finishing your race. It's about you completing your goal. Thank you, Miss Lady. But at the end of the day, this is what it's about. This is what it should be about. And yes, of course, we always want to be the best us. But we can't be the best us if we're stagnated, if we're grown. Quotation marks. There's no room for growth. You can't be your best you. If you take the time and look at sports, right? Everybody marvels at LeBron James. Bear with me, right? He's 38 years old. Now, we know us in the real life, 38, that ain't nothing. 38, we still balling. But to understand how he paces himself, to understand how he gets from year 1 to year 21 and still have the consistency that he has now, it's a marvel. But for those with understanding, it's not a marvel. He is receiving grace and the blessing of pacing himself. He paces himself. He takes care of himself. He's not overgiving. He's not running on fumes. He's not doing the things to where he's gasping for air. Now, it may have happened once or twice, but during the whole duration, he has paced himself at a marvelous level in life. And while he can do that in sports, why we can't do that in real life? Let's get to this new season. Let's get to it, everybody. Don't let nothing hinder you from your new season. Whatever God has for you is for you. Don't let the enemy get in the way from you, in the way of you getting it. He gonna do everything he can to stop you. We fought for everything else. Why not fight to get to this new season? This time we may have extra help. This time we're gonna have someone behind us who's strong in faith and is gonna allow us to get to where we need to go if we allow him to enter into the battle with us, for us. And then what's gonna happen after that? He's gonna put you around well-minded people, same-minded people that wants you to get to exactly where you need to go. He's gonna place that around you. Once again, what's stopping you from getting that? The only way you can't get it is if you get in your way. If you allow someone to get in your way, you will always be the key in your life. You will always be the key in your seasons. Either you're gonna find the fertile ground to plant your seed in, or you're gonna find the thorny ground to plant your seed in, or you're gonna find cement to plant your seed in. Which one is best for you? I'm gonna allow y'all to answer that. I'm gonna allow you guys to sit down and take the time to figure out what is best for you. Because at the end of the day, like I said, there's a lot of people that lost their life in 2023. Now, from my understanding, the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Andre Braugher, he just lost his life overnight. Condolences to his family and loved ones. But everybody is not having that same amount of time to say, you know what, I could fix it tomorrow. Because guess what? Tomorrow's not promised to everybody. Who's to say if you close your eyes at night that tomorrow you'll be able to open your eyes? That's why you got to do work while it's day. For when night comes, no man can work. Meaning while you're alive, do what you need to do, because when those eyes close at night, it's over, Hova. But it's up to you to decide what you need to do to get to your new season and get to the finish point of your life, of this season. It's up to you. It's up to Miss Lady. It's up to Tough Love. It's up to Ronald Jones, Lonnie, and whoever else is going to catch Uncle L, and whoever else is going to catch the replay. It's up to you guys. We don't need to soak in the yesterday. Yesterday is just that. Yesterday is the reason why Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead, because what happened then is it's over with. Stop carrying the baggage of yesterday into your new season, because guess what? That is super incomplete. And you will never get to your new season as long as you bring in the baggage of yesterday. Because that is the greatest form of procrastination that we can ever bring into our lives. Let it go. Those beefs that you had in your last season, let it go. The quarrels that you may have with a family member, a loved one, whoever, sibling, let it go. It's time to move on. We're coming into a new season. If you can't let it go, you're bringing it in and you're going to have the same situation going on. And if you keep doing the same thing, you're not far from insane. But if we're trying to if we're trying to get to a new season, we must plant a new seed. You can't put new wine into an old wine bottle. Everything must be new. New grapes, new bottle, new crushing formation. All of it must be brand new. The process must be new. Not new as in it's a new format, but new as in, all right, we're going to get this new grape. We're going to put these grapes in the barrel. We're going to crush it. We're going to turn it into wine. We ain't turning water into wine. We are not him. But we can make some brand new wine. But the process is going to be up to you to get it done. Once again, what's stopping you from doing that? You know, what is stopping you from getting to that newness, that new season? What is holding you back? For me, it can only be one answer. And if I'm speaking for me, but I'm going to say it for everybody, me. Hey, birthday girl. Happy birthday to me. She's a good one, y'all. Happy birthday, Meek. May God continue to bless you and give you all your heart's desire. But we're talking about finishing. Now, she's one of those examples, right? Since we're talking about finishing. Give me 1 second. Meek, I'm going to use you right now, right? Now, it's her testimony, but I'm going to just show you what happens when you map out the things that you need to map out. You prepare yourself for what you need to prepare yourself for, right? So I'm going to sum it up. Meek, don't kill me, but like I said, I'm going to use you. Meek was in Charleston, South Carolina. She moves to Virginia, right? She said God placed it in her heart to start anew, right? So she maps out the things that she needs to map out to get to Virginia. Now that she's in Virginia, things ain't go the way she thought it was going to go. She had a battle within herself. Should I go back or should I stay? I told Meek, stand your ground, because if God told you to make the move, his word can't come back to you void. So now she's starting her new season. She started early. She didn't wait to 2024. She's starting her new season. And now she's in the process of getting everything in order. She just got a new client. She's back into a styling business. She had to do things to make ends meet, but now everything is falling into place because she was patient enough to understand that everything ain't going to go the way you want it to go and how fast you want it to go. But her new season is taking time and it's starting to develop. She planted the seed. It's growing, even though it's dark, even at its darkest hour, it's still sprouting. And that's what it can do for each and every one of us here today, or anybody that's in anybody else that's going to listen on the replay. The point is, you gotta go wherever the seed or the season is going to take you. If it's going to take you to a new YouTube channel, God bless you. If it's going to take you to a new state, God bless you. Is it going to take you to a new relationship? God bless you. Whatever is for you is for you. That's between you and God. All I'm here to tell you is you must be patient enough to get to the finish line. You must pace yourself to get to the finish line. Don't get upset if you catch a cramp while running. Pace yourself. All right, well, then you start hopping. You walk a little bit till the cramp goes down. Get yourself some water, hydrate yourself, and in this case, you refuel yourself to get to the finish line. That's what we need to do. Each and every one of us, we can do it. Once again, the question is, what is going to stop you from getting to the new season in 2024? And if you started early, you can understand that you paced yourself enough to where it's getting to where you need to go. Gary even held the smack back I had for a lady at work. Gotta finish her. Listen, just because you're going into a new season, it doesn't mean that things are not going to happen to slow you down. Let's be realistic. Just because you get into the finish line, it doesn't mean that something not going to try to stop you. You might get a crazy spectator that's going to run in there and try to slow you down. And then, these streets, we call those trolls. So who's to say that a troll ain't going to try to stop you from getting to where you need to go? The point is, we can't allow that one thing to stop us. We must handle it and keep going. Keep the pace, keep the race going, get to the finish line. Like I said, open your eyes. You can see the finish line. You can see the checkerboard on the floor, right? Just keep pacing yourself. Cheeky, good morning. Just pace yourself to get to where you need to get to, right? And like I said, for those that are just coming in once again, this is the last of my series. I named it Finishing, but I need you to go back and look into the first three: focus, trust, and understanding. So that way you can understand why I am where I am in this life. Because at the end of the day, all of those things must be in order to go forward. You can't skip steps. Every step needs to be had. We cannot live with extra screws and talk about, oh, the thing is made. Wow, we have tools for a reason. We got these specific amount of things for a reason. We need to use them, each and every one of them. There should be no extras left unless something breaks. But for the most part, we are going to have enough to go forward, to build and go forward with, right? We must do it. We must follow the instructions. We must follow the game plans in this form and format. So that way we can get to where we need to get to. Like I said, each and every one of us has a season that's ahead of us. Whatever it is between you and God. But at the end of the day, it's for you. Doesn't matter who's in the way. It doesn't matter who's trying to block you. It doesn't matter who's a hater and trying to stop you. Whatever is for you should be yours. Whatever he has for you, it is for you. It doesn't mean turn around and give it away to somebody else. Apply it to your life. If it doesn't work, listen, I don't believe it's not going to work. I just believe that if it's not working, then that means you are not prepared for it. And if you ain't prepared for it, you ain't going to hold it for a long amount of time anyway. You're going to lose it and yourself at the same time. So please just take your time to pace yourself. Please take your time to have patience to get to the finish line. Because if you don't, we are going to be in a world of trouble. We will not get the blessing. We will not get to a new season. Some people may like stormy days. Some people may want to see a new flood. I want to see tears of joy. I want to see people like, hey, my season is here. I have been blessed with this new season, and it's something that I am in dire need of. And I believe that's for each and every one of us. And I believe that God has that in store for each and every one of us. And me too. So, like I said, it's for us. And at the end of the day, we will get to the finish line. And that's going to be the blessing. Because then we can stop. We can take the deep breath. We can inhale the victory at the finish line. And that might be the greatest breath that we will take in the ending of this year. So, I just want to thank you guys for coming in. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to just listening to what I believe can help us going forward. I will probably, well, I'm not going to probably, I probably will do a live for Christmas, just to check in on people, just in case, for those that may or may not have somebody in their life. Because sometimes we got to be the gift. Sometimes we have to be the blessing. We have to be the present that somebody needs just by, appearing, talking to somebody, giving them an ear, or giving them a shoulder to cry on. If that's our intention to do, then that's what we'll do. But that'll probably be my next live, unless it's an impromptu that or something that hits me. But that's the next planned one, just so people don't feel alone, because this world can tear you up and spit you out. But when, like I said, when you get to these finish lines, you can be able to be a helping and not a way blocker. So once again, I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for listening to me. I thank all the new subscribers. Thank you, Miss Lady. Thank you, Lonnie, for being a new subscriber. Like I said, hey Meek, are you going live today? Cheeky, thank you for checking on me. I'm good. Meek, you going live today? Let me know. But anyway, guys, thank you for like I said, once again, thank y'all. Let's get some family time in. All right, let's get some family time in. This is this is one of those holidays that whatever it's gonna be pagan or whatever, however you look at it. For me, it's a time to spend with your loved ones. If you got children, it's the best part of the year because you get to give them you get to see the expressions on their face, even if they get to hang out with you, even if y'all wearing matching pajamas, right? It's time it's so overdue for a lot of us because all we doing is hustling and bustling. But I need you guys to enjoy the holiday season. But I'm not forgetting about those that may not have someone to celebrate it with. So that is going to be my next. That's going to be my next planned live on Christmas. So that way, like I said, I can be there for someone who may feel like they don't have somebody. Because like I always tell you guys, if I'm the last person on the planet, and if you feel comfortable enough to reach out and talk or whatever the case may be, I will be there for you. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you all. Have a good day and have a great holiday season. Until next time, guys, I'm out.